Hi, my name's Beth and I'm a programming coordinator for the St. Johns County Public Library System. We are celebrating St. Johns County's 200th anniversary throughout 2021. So we have been really emphasizing the long history of St. Johns County, which, as many of you know, goes back much longer than 200 years. Case in point, the Castillo De San Marcos, a national monument located in downtown St. Augustine. It is the nation's only extant 17th century military construction and is the oldest masonry fortress in the United States. It's under the care of the National Park Service, and the National Park Service has partnered with the Southeast Archaeological Center and the Digital Heritage Humanities Collections to create a digital tour of the Castillo de San Marcos and to document with digital scanners and lasers and all kinds of different tools to create a very intricate collection of images that you can explore, maps. There's all kinds of things that you can explore on the University of South Florida Library's website. They have made this a freely available tool for you to explore, so I was gonna show that off a little bit today and see what we can discover. One of the elements available on USF's page is an actual virtual tour of the fort. So if you click on Take the Tour, it's going to take a moment for it to load, but while it's loading, it's going to go ahead and show you images, aerial images of the fort, as well as of downtown St. Augustine. Doesn't look like traffic's too bad that day, that's good. And once it loads, you're going to actually be able to walk through and actually tour the fort. There's an audio edition that you could either click on or off. It gives you these little symbols here. It says that if you click on these, you get more information. You can click on the signs for high-resolution images. There's a map and a drop-down that you can use to navigate the tour. There's more information here under these bars. If you click on these little circles, you can click to walk around. It's pretty fun. If you click Start Tour, it'll give you the option to play a video. You can meet a park ranger, and she will guide you with some information about the tour. Let's just click here and see what it does. It's gonna kind of just walk around the moat. You can get more information by scrolling down here. Oops. Click and drag, and you can learn a little bit more about the fort. But it just kind of walks around and shows you all these different elements. They've taken a complete 3D aerial view of the area, and you can get a full, complete tour of the fort this way. But there's other elements available also on the USF page. It's not just a tour of the fort, but you can actually see artifacts and also GIS maps. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So once you visit the USF Library's Digital Heritage and Humanities Collection page for the Castillo de San Marcos, you will see a picture of the fort, and if you scroll down, you will see a description of the entire project. You are given the option to click right here, and this will take you to the 3D models, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But if you scroll down, it's going to describe the project in greater detail, and it gives you the option to view both the GIS interactive map and the 3D models that you saw up above. So I'm going to go ahead and click here to click on the GIS interactive map, and it will take a moment for the page to load, and you'll see there is a model of the fort right here. There's different layers on this map, so if I just take that away, you get an aerial view. Here's the fort, here's the downtown, the Bridge of Lions, and part of Davis Shores right here. So you can click on different options to see. So this clicks, when you click on the Castillo images, it gives you some images. Like this one is a bird's eye view of the fort when it was still called Fort Marion from 1920. That image belongs to the U.S. Library of Congress. Here's a closer view of that 1920 image. You're given the option to click on it and you can see a better image, and you can see there's the fort, and you can see the rest of what downtown looked like in 1920. Looks quite a bit different from today. You can get rid of that and click on Streets and References, and this allows you to see different streets so that you can kind of get your bearings, and this gives you streets even on the other side of the bridge on Davis Shores. There's a 1943 aerial image. You can see the 1971 aerial image, so you can see how downtown St. Augustine has changed over time. 1980 aerial image. 1993. There's a seawall from 2019. So there's different options to check out this interactive map. So I'm going to go back over to the original page, and I'm going to click on the 3D models option now. Okay, so now that I've clicked on the 3D models, you'll see a little bit of description, and then you can scroll down and you'll see a bunch of different images. And so if I just click on, for instance, this one, it's a Kiowa Sundance carving. So this is, this dates from during the period in the 19th century when there were a number of Plains Indians that were incarcerated at Fort Marion. And there's some carvings that are pretty difficult to see on the wall, but this allows us to see some kind of close-up images. And if you click on, they're annotated, so if you click on one of the annotations, it allows us to get much closer and see, and it describes, this says the Kiowa Sundance graffiti was likely carved during the 1870 era of incarceration of Native Americans, including numerous Plains Indians such as the Kiowa at the Castillo. The Sundance was one of the most important American Indian religious ceremonies. So if you just click through, you can get a much better image because it's so close up and it describes what you're actually seeing. So I can X out of this and just scroll down to see what my other options are. Here is one that is an annotated tour of the North Casement rooms. So it's loading a 3D model, and again I'm seeing, you know, a drawing basically of the Castillo, and here's the seawall, here's the hot shot furnace. I can select an annotation. I can actually just click on one, or I think if I just click here, select an annotation, it takes me directly to Casement 12, the British room. This room would have had functions for subsidy supplies, and during the British period of fort occupation, 1763 to 1784, the troops used the fort as living quarters. I can scroll forward and it actually takes me into the room, and it's pointing out this other spot where coquina's plastered walls with the loft above. So it'll basically take us around the room. It's a nice digital tour basically of the fort. And so you can read the different annotations. There's so many different pictures and different images, and it's really a fantastic way to learn more about the Castillo de San Marcos and also Fort Matanzas. Here's a 3D tour of Fort Matanzas that if you click on that, it'll take a moment to load. And there you go. You see there's all these other annotations. So I'll just start here at number 4, and that's the cistern. This takes me inside. So yes, this is really a great tool. It's a really interesting way to kind of self-guide yourself really through these different features. Right now I'm looking at 200-year-old graffiti. This is some images of U.S. flags that were likely added later to these other drawings. It was of some ships. When U.S. soldiers were at the Castillo in 1821. So it's really, this is a very fascinating, tool. Look, there's a British flag on top of this ship. Alphabet letter practice. This is so interesting, and you can really go down many different rabbit holes with this. I think that this is something that you could spend a lot of time looking at and exploring different things, leaving and coming back, and looking for some more interesting mysteries to solve. It's pretty fun. Interested in learning a little bit more about the long history of the Castillo de San Marcos? Why don't you check out this book? We have it in the St. Johns County Public Library System catalog. It's written by the National Park Service. And we also have this other book that's really interesting, A Kiowa's Odyssey, a sketchbook from Fort Marion, which is what the Castillo de San Marcos was called during the British period. This book is all about the Native American incarceration in the 19th century, and that's very interesting. If you have any questions, we have many other books in our St. Johns County Public Library System catalog, or you can look yourself, www.sjcpls.org. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope that you will take the time to explore this website on your own. There's so many details to it, and I think once you start really studying the different annotations, it's really fascinating, and you can learn so much about our local history. So I definitely encourage you to do that. I'm so grateful to the National Park Service, to the Southeast Archaeological Center, and the Digital Humanities Collections for creating this project, and I'm very grateful to the University of South Florida Libraries for hosting this project and for allowing us to explore it here today. So thank you so much for watching, and we hope we see you in the library very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.